My name is Mel. Welcome to my No Frills, No Editing podcast. It's a vlog about knitting, crochet, sewing, weaving, all kinds of stitchy things. I'm in North Yorkshire. I'm an autistic woman living with my husband, 2 or 3 kids and 3 cats. So, it's been a little while since I recorded, and the main reason is I haven't got anything to show you in the sense of if you've been a long-term watcher, you'll know that usually I've got, oh, I finished this and I started this and whatever. But because recently I've been obsessed with jumpers, it's just kind of like, oh, I'm a little bit further on this and a bit further on than that, and it's not quite the same. But you might notice, the keen-eyed among you might notice that I am wearing a finished object right now that I have finished about 20 minutes ago. So I wanted to record it and show you. So this is, oh, I could do with a bit of an iron. This is a Y-shaped tunic. It's a dodgy angle, so it looks a bit weird. Well, I look a bit weird, but that's okay. It's not about me, it's about the garment. So it's from this book, and it's made with fabric made from my, actually not on my Sayori loom, on my rigid heddle loom. This is the fibre from this. Look at this, look at this. These are locks, little sheepy locks that are unmessed about with, just put into the spin and then put into the weave. I don't know how well you can see that, but this is these are both art bats from Spin City. I get the monthly club, so I get a new thing every month. It's always tremendous, and yeah, that's what I've made it into. This is a commercial yarn, and I did something a bit different. I wove it with a hole in it because I knew it was going to be a fill in the middle of this. So I actually wove it with a centre gap. The centre gap was too big, so I had to stitch it a little bit at the front because it was a bit too... But yeah, there it is. Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, I think I'm going to be wearing this a lot. So that is a spinning, weaving, machine sewing and hand sewing project. And it's part of my 10 garments for me in 2021. And I'm so excited. So let's have a look at the, go back to the old format. Where are they now? Let's look at the projects that you've already seen. Now, I didn't this time look back at the last one to see where they were at. But some of you, I've had a few new subscribers recently, so some of you may not have seen them anyway, so let's not worry about that. So let's start with Missoni. So this is called Missoni Accomplished. It's by Espace Tricot. Now, YouTube have got this new thing where I can put in captions as I'm uploading because I don't have any editing software. So hopefully I will be able to put the captions with the name of the designer and whatnot. If there's no captions here, then I haven't been able to work it out. So look down below. I'll make a note of all the patterns and everything I mention. So this is where we're at. It's a top-down seamless sweater, and I'm using just sock yarn, random sock yarn from various different favourite people, and held together with a, sorry about the crinkling, Shapius Mohair Rhythm, which is a lace weight mohair and microfiber, which makes it beautifully hairy. So you've seen this before. Since I last spoke to you, I have finished it and done the bottom rib, and I'm well on with the sleeves. I'm not doing them both at the same time. I did try and do that, but knitting from both ends of a ball is fine, and knitting with 2 lace weight mohairs might just be possible, but the combination of the 2 was just horrendous. And you do not want to get this lace weight stuff tangled up because you cannot untangle it. Mohair plus lace weight equals so I'm doing them kind of concurrently, but I've only got yarn attached to one at a time. So I've just finished this yarn here, and I've just started another yarn here, which is already in the yoke. And what I'm planning to do, the sleeves are about here at the moment, what I'm planning to do is to go all the way down onto the hand and put a thumb hold in like I do with my crochet jumpers. So that's a long way towards being finished. And last weekend I thought, oh, I can finish it if I really focus on it. And then I just got completely obsessed with something else. So I didn't do anything on it at all. But what the hell, it's fun. So yeah, that's not right. So yeah, I love it. It's just so soft and snuggly. And my friend from the States said, oh no, by the time you finish it you won't be able to wear it because it'll be summer. Yeah, British summer is not like that. British summer you can wear a jumper in the morning and then need sun cream in the afternoon, and a sou'wester by the evening. So yeah, I'll definitely get plenty of wear out of that. So I'm really excited. I'm thinking next time I speak to you, this will be on me. Well, it'll be possible to be on me. It might be too warm for it. So lots of yarns used. This one's a Claire Nettleship that I'm using at the moment. One of my favourite dyers. I've also got some Easyknits in there, another of my favourite dyers. Just basically chosen lovely yarns from my stash. So that's Missoni accomplished. What's next? Sand art. So you might have seen the free form knitting cowl that I did, which was a sand art cowl. Well, me and the designer of that and another friend have been working on a freeform sweater. Now this I am using yarn from Yarn Etc, my local shop. Most of my stuff at the moment seems to be from them because they're great. And where are we at? So it's a top down, it's got a raglan this time. So I've done a little slip stitch thing to make the yoke a bit more interesting, and then once the yoke was done I just descended into chaos basically. Now that's looking a bit weird. What I should do is freeform. So it's very hard to see it because it's on a short needle, and I hope I haven't shot my stitches off. No, I haven't. But you can see we've got all kinds of different things going on. We've got slip stitches, we've got, look at these bobbles, we've got rib, we've got moss stitch, we've got all kinds of weird and wonderful stuff. And I haven't done a huge amount on this. I have to be in the right mood to be this creative. And you can see there's a pattern to it that I'm using some sort of kind of pattern for it. You know, I'm doing black, a colour, then white, then a colour. Is it white or is it cream? It's cream. And I'm going all the way round with each colour, which I didn't do with the cowl. But yeah, you can't really see what it's going to look like until it's off the needles or if it's on a bigger one. So I'll show you that again. But yeah, it's cotton and something mix that I'm using, and it's an interesting, here it is, it's this from Yarn Etc. It's, yeah, lamb's wool and cotton. So it's got an interesting feel to it. Oh, this is cool. I think it'll be softer when it's been washed, but it's got great stitch definition, which is what I wanted, because the Missoni was originally meant to be the freeform, but the stitch, because of the hairiness and the variegated yarn, stitch definition isn't there. So yes, really happy with that. Scrappy V. Have I got that? I've got that right in my hand here, in my bag from my friend Sarah with my little pins on it. This is just scrap sock yarn being made into a V-neck top. I'm going to make it into a t-shirt. I'm not going to do much in the way of sleeves. Now, I haven't done a huge amount since I spoke to you last, but I have divided for the sleeves, and I finished off this yarn and I'm now on another one. And I'm just basically working through a whole bag of scrap leftover yarns. It's good fun, but you know, it's, I don't know, 300 and something stitches on 3.75mm needles, so it's not going fast. But it's really good mindless knitting, because now it's basically just round and round and round. I've got a little marker here. Is that where I was last time I spoke to you? Or is that where I was the time before and I forgot to move it last time I spoke to you? Answers on a postcard. Don't know. But anyway, so that's the front. I love it. I'm really looking forward to wearing it. But it's a very long-term project. It gets picked up when my brain does not want to do anything else. Scrappy V. Lilla Bjorn. Oh, there's a bit of progress on this. This is a crocheted sweater that I'm doing with my friend Andrea. And I'm using these beauties. So I've got two. It's a shapeless whirl. And I did the first one from the inside, and I'm working the second one from the outside. I have finished the second, no I haven't, that would be stupid. I finished the first one already. This is the front, or well, the front or the back, it doesn't really matter. So, yeah, that's the top. And then the sides there. What you do a little bit of stuff down here to make it flatter, and then a bottom bit. But for now, you just do the the two pieces like this. I love the colours of this yarn, but I'm really disappointed with the quality of it. I've knit with one of these, crocheted with one of these before, and I think this was the case before, but I can't quite recall. But what happens is there are plies within it, and the way it changes colour slowly is that it changes colour on one of the plies. And every time it does, you get this big fluffy lump. Now, I could probably do a bit better than that hand spinning. They could definitely, it's a commercial process, they should definitely be able to do better than that. But every time the one of the plies changes colour, I have to cut that bit out. So I might as well be joining, it might as well just be several different balls rather than going to the effort of running one great big ball, because I have to join it and run ends in every single time that there's a colour change. It's frustrating. But other than that, it's lovely. So there's the second one. I'm really enjoying it. It's a really fun pattern. It's Lilla Bjorn, I think it's called Sweater, although it doesn't really have sleeves, so I don't know why. It's certainly not what we would call a jumper in the UK. So that's the second one, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, but of course, you know, 4 sweater projects on at once, they all move pretty slowly. So that's what you've seen already. Now we have a new whip on the block, and this is in this beautiful bag that my friend Sarah gave me. You will probably all know that I'm very into rainbows for lots of reasons. We're an autistic family, we're an LGBT family, and I love colour. So it's a beautiful bag by the Unruly Stitch. And inside is some yarn that my friend Sarah had custom dyed for us by Stripey Cat Yarns. I don't know whether this is something they do a lot or whether it was just a one-off, but she got this for us. So there's the badge. There you go. So it's 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% stellina. And what we did was we chose a colour that we know we both like. I chose my favourite colour, she chose her favourite colour, and what we got was a broad striped self-striping and a mini of each of the colours as well. So what we're doing is we're making 2 pairs of socks each. So Sarah chose her favourite kind of texture pattern, which is vanilla latte, and my favourite is kind of geek socks, stitch pattern from that. And we're both using our own recipe for socks, because she likes top down, I like toe up. She likes a heel flap and gusset, I like a German short row heel. There's a lot of this going on today, isn't there? What is this, a way of thinking, do you think? Interesting. So we're making 2 pairs of socks each with the minis for heels, toes and cuffs. So I've started mine. I got myself in a bit of a muddle because I wanted to, I've never done it before where the heel colour, do you know, I knit with the wrong needle here. I've got 3/4 of the socks on one needle. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to sort that out. Anyway, I've never knit heels and toes and whatnot that are actually colours that are within the body of it. So I wanted to keep the stripes as the right way, and I'm working from both ends of the ball. So the stripe pattern goes in one way in one sock, and the other way with the other sock. And yeah, it's done my poor little head in trying to sort it all out, but I think I'm there. And I've just started the vanilla latte pattern. It's a very simple kind of rib pattern. But yeah, as I can see, I have messed that up. So I'm going to have to transfer all that off and work it all out. So that is something I'm doing with Sarah. We both cast them on the 1st of June, and she's finished the first one already. But that's fine. That is fine. We're just, you know, any pace, it doesn't matter. So that's all the knitting and crochet. So you've seen this, the sewing, spinning, weaving, slow stitching. Now, I introduced this last time. This is a concept about stitching just for the sake of stitching, not to make something that's particularly useful, but just for the joy of stitching. The main person here for me is Brooke Textile Artist, and very, very excited to tell you that 2 weeks today, is it 2 weeks today? What's the date? I've got a black bird glaring at me. it's a week today. It's a week today. Me and my friend Andrea are going to her studio to do a course on slow stitching. So I'm really, really, really excited. But in the interim, I wish I'd noted what I'd shown you before, but it doesn't matter because anyway, you'll have forgotten. I can't expect you to remember everything that's going on in my life, right? I can't remember everything that's going on in my life. So there's lots of different pieces to this long piece. I'll probably cut them up. So we've got this initial piece, we've got all the squares with the circle thrown in for free. Then we've got all the embroidery stitches, and then we've got my first weaving. And then we've got this, which is circles with Suffolk puffs and some lace. And oh, that's my favourite stitch there. And then we've got just embroidery again. And then we've got some more weaving because I love that so much. And the most recent piece is the penultimate piece is circles again. And I'm just, yeah, I've got them pinned and I'm just working on them. I love this so much. So much. I made this puff, but these two I bought. And I made this puff, showing up the wrong way, the other way. Yeah, and it's leading me into various other things as well. So I've discovered a thing called Dorset Buttons. So basically you do stitches around, sorry for scrunching, around a disc, not a disc, a ring of some kind. This is a metal one. I've done one on a rubber washer as well, but it's more difficult to keep the uniform. So that's my first one. I've made another really pretty one, but it's a gift for somebody who might watch this, so I'm not going to show it to you just yet. And that led me on to Yorkshire buttons. Now, obviously I live in Yorkshire, my kids are born in Yorkshire. This is a Yorkshire button. And you make them with a little tool. Here's another one that I made last night. I haven't pulled the warp threads in from it, so I'm going to display it and put it onto my piece just like that. So this is something that you make on a little, almost kind of like a little loom. You know, if you've watched for a while, but you know the wooden looms I use for weaving in a circle. It's kind of like that. It's plastic, obviously, and you weave the thing on that, and then you take it off. Now, the person who's the expert on this is Gina B Silkworks. So I bought this kit, it was brilliant. It's only £15. And I've got this lovely leaflet. I got 6 of these cogs. I've given 3 of them to Andrea. I got 3 skeins of embroidery thread to use and a needle. And there's a video showing exactly how to do it, but also the book's really good. So I was really, really pleased with that. And yeah, I'm a bit obsessed with them. Again, they're totally in the slow stitching because I'm not using them for buttons. I'm just using them to embellish something. So it's stitching just for the pure joy of stitching. And it is slow. I mean, the Yorkshire buttons are faster than the Dorset buttons, but it's slow. And I can spend a whole evening just making one button that I'm then going to sew onto a piece that has no real value. So, you know, if you're a product crafter, this is probably not the craft for you. But if you're a process crafter, it's very much a very accessible craft because you can do it with any kit you've got. You don't have to get the plastic ones to make those buttons. You can make a cardboard little loom. You can use just rubber washers, any kinds of washers at all, to make the Dorset ones. And it's just about finding out what you enjoy. So you'll see there's some repeating themes. Like there's the weaving, there's the circles, there's the certain stitches that I keep doing because I really enjoy doing them. So it's all about the joy of doing it. Yeah, totally loving that. What else? Spinning. So my friend Sarah and I decided to do a project together called, we call it Shetland Rainbow. And I had this lovely, this lovely set of 8 Shetland and DFL, is it? Merino, soy silk, Angelina. Quite clunky. set, and we decided we were going to spin. She had something similar. We were going to spin all the singles, spin a load of black merino, apply it together, and make something. We decided on making a jumper. Unfortunately, when we applied it with the black, neither of us liked it. So that's my first two colours. You might not be able to see the difference between them, but there's a lighter green and a darker green. I didn't like it, and nor did Sarah. So we decided to rethink, and what we then did is applied the next colours to themselves. So that's my blue applied to itself and my purple applied to itself. And I'm going to spin those four and do the same, and I'm going to apply the black to the black, and then we're going to do stripes. So a coloured stripe and then a black stripe and a coloured stripe, and I don't know exactly what, we haven't even chose patterns yet because we don't even know what grist our yarns are going to be. Mine is around about sport weight, I think. So this is spare yarn now, don't know what to do with it. I'm sure I'll find something. But yeah, so that's that project, not really going as planned, but that's okay. Also spinning, this is a beautiful batt. I think you'll have seen it because you'll have seen it when I first got it, but it's from one of my Spin City ones, and it's called Ball Gown. It's based on the kind of Edgerton, is that the right word? Oh, I can't remember. The sort of British drama about, you know, costume drama thing. Anyway, I spun the first lot of this on my drop spindle because my friend Kathy had got a new drop spindle, was starting to spin, so I spun every day with her, and I had some people join me as well. It was quite good fun. But going back to drop spindling after not doing it for ages, I really shouldn't have chosen an art batt. It wasn't very comfortable. So I ended up finishing it off on the wheel, and I just decided to spin it like a virgin, spinning for the very first time. So just pulling bits off, spinning it as I fancied, having big chunks when it looked like that, not putting too much effort into drafting it, just playing with it and having total fun. And then I applied it, and then I got this. My wheel had a bit of a malfunction. It kept throwing the yarn off at the end, so it was some over twisted bits. So I had to do some work to kind of spread that out. But anyway, that is my finished yarn, and I love it. It's totally random and beautiful. So that's spinning, but I can tell how long it's been since I talked to you because I have not one but two new, this is my pink package. This is how Spin City batts come. And it's always an exciting moment for Andrea and I when we get this on our doorstep. We don't live together, but we both have one. And we get together to open them together. So this one is the one before last, which I haven't shown you yet because it's in my bag to show you. And it's based on iCat, which I don't know an awful lot about, but that's the kind of inspiration. And this beauty is the result. Now, we often wonder what Louise's studio is like, because she must have the most amazing array of stuff. How awesome. So as well as getting that and the little mood board thing, she puts in some suggestions, tells you what's in it, and some suggestions of how you might use it. Because of course a lot of people think, that's really weird, what would I do with it? And then just this week, again, sorry for the crunkling, we got this one. May Queen. Just, yeah, lovely. And inside that is, how awesome. It's a thing of beauty. So that's something new. I've got a load of new stuff as well. We've done another swap, me and Sarah. And I have an absolute ton of new stuff, and I can't possibly show it to you all because you would be horrified at how much new yarn I've got. But on the plus side, it is almost all bought from small companies, indie dyers, etc. So would you forgive me? And I have got this as well. I went to Yarn, etc. because I got this new stuff. Shape yours down, down. and it is absolutely divine. I mean, I love these colours, but it's merino, extra merino and nylon. Oh my god, it's so soft. So it's a sock yarn, but it's super soft, and I love these colours. I've got another couple of colourways for Sarah, but I'm not going to show you that because she watches. So that's all I'm going to show you now for new acquisitions, so that you don't think I'm a complete spoilt thingy bob. I think that's all the things I had written down to tell you, so that's good. So if you're just here for the crafting, then thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. It's fun to have people watch. My husband was asking me this morning, why do you do the podcast? And I said, I don't know. I enjoy it. I enjoy engaging with people and sharing what I've been doing. And just, yeah, so if you've enjoyed it, pop a note down below, particularly if you're somebody new, and just say what you've enjoyed, what you've liked. Maybe even what you'd like to see. Maybe you're going to say, oh, I really love that yarn of yours. Can you send it to me? It's definitely looking for a new home. I'll just give a short, quick personal update now for anybody who wants that. If you're not for that, then thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. So things have been a bit chaotic here. I might have mentioned before that my chronic condition hidradenitis suppurativa has taken a bit of a downward turn, and I'm on 3 months of antibiotics right now, which is anathema to me. I don't take antibiotics. And you might have noticed a croak in my voice. That is reflux laryngitis. So I've had some reflux and GERD or GORD, whatever, issues as well. Medication for that has resolved largely, so resolved it. So I'm back off the medication there. But yeah, everything's a little bit chaotic in the sense that we're starting all this new. I've got the stitching course, we're going to the spa, I'm taking my second daughter to Birmingham, which is where she's going to university, to have a look around the city that she's already committed to spending the next 3 years of her life living in. It feels like after lockdown everything is opening up, but it's kind of bam, this is the last weekend of quietness and whatever, so it's great, but it's a little bit mad. Mental health in our house isn't great. We've had quite a few issues. I think most families have. Lockdown is just not good for the brain, the mind, the mental health. But we're you know, working through those and whatever. Otherwise, everything is pretty good. We were hoping to go to France, postponed from last year, but it's not looking like it's going to be possible. So I'm thinking of ways to give us a staycation feel and get the excitement of a holiday. But to be honest, just socialising, just being able to go and see people is exciting for us now, because, you know, we haven't been able to for so long. Dave and I are both fully vaccinated, so we're not vulnerable anymore to serious illness anyway. So yeah, it's good. Yeah, I think that's everything really. Just looking around for inspiration. Again, thanks for watching. For those of you who stuck on right to the end, thank you. I realise that most of you are probably related to me, and that's great. So thanks for watching and happy crafting.